Hi, and welcome back. Shannon here with Full Circle Purpose. And today I just wanted to share with you something that I had recently heard. I tend to be on the road a lot, and if you've followed along, you've seen that. Not just in travel and trying to explore different areas, but living in the LA area, I'm on the road doing commuting, actually, and just sitting in traffic. So I try to optimize my time by listening to podcasts and finding some good, strong voices of influence that will encourage me and build me up and make me a better and stronger and more well-rounded person. And so one of those voices is Dr. Huberman, and he has a wonderful podcast. So if you haven't heard of it, I highly recommend it. He is a scientist, and so he kind of goes into the science and the research and everything behind the practices that he's kind of recommending for our well-being, and shows the research and the studies that have gone behind it to show how it's beneficial. I find it very influential just because I do appreciate the science, but not only that, but the why behind something makes me have a better understanding of the reason I should be doing that thing. Because if I don't understand why, or if it doesn't make sense, then it's harder for me to get into it. So if any of you are out there and feel the same way, I think he is a great voice to listen to. And so he has his podcasts and YouTube and other platforms, things like that. So the most recent thing that I had heard from him, where he spoke about a gratitude practice, and he went into the science behind it and actually how it should be done and why it should be done in that manner. And for me, growing up in the church and just hearing that we should be grateful and to give thanks unto the Lord, and I think that is wonderful, and we should be doing those things. For him to then explain we should actually be doing it a little differently. And so I think this put a different perspective on the practice that I will be doing from here on out. So I wanted to share that with you in case it's something that you hadn't heard of either. And so he spoke about the gratitude practice should be tied into a story and not just a list of things to be grateful for. And the reason behind that is that the people tend to connect better with story than just list items. So he recommended to have the story of not just things to be grateful for, but to actually the story behind somebody receiving gratitude. And it should be an honest, heartfelt gratitude that one receives. So finding a story where somebody was grateful for something that you did, or it could be a story of somebody giving their honest appreciation for somebody else. So I think as Christians, we can start with the gratitude that we have towards God and all that he's done for us. Because the story that Dr. Huberman had really outlined was that it should be something where there was a struggle or a need, and then the need was met or fulfilled, and then the feeling that occurred after that need was filled. So for us and all that God has done, number one, salvation, and freeing us from the prison of guilt and shame or any other feeling that we find ourselves entrapped in, or even habits that we do, and the freedom that he gives us for that. There's just so many things that we can use as examples of how God had saved us from ourselves, and how we should be grateful for that. So that feeling of gratitude that we have for God. But I say, as Christians, why stop there? Because Jesus was our example, and he commanded us to go and do likewise. You have freely been given, so freely give. And so have our stories of gratitude where we're thankful to God and we're giving him the gratitude for all that he has done. But what have we done for somebody else for them to show their honest gratitude for the thing that we did? And so that's the thing that Dr. Huberman really points out is the point of the gratitude practice is that we should be finding these stories that we have been a part of where somebody else has shown us their honest appreciation for the thing that we did. So once we have our story and we can feel or recall the feeling that we had once that person gave us their honest gratitude, we can then recall it better if we then highlight some bullet points about that story. So in our gratitude practice, where it should be several times a week that we do this, that we can kind of then get to that feeling a bit quicker than it was to recall the full story. And Dr. Huberman points out that authenticity is key because the brain knows when we're not being genuine. And so it's not something that we can force or manipulate, but it has to be something that was a genuine, heartfelt experience. And with that, the science has shown there's a stronger effect when you remember a time where you received gratitude or observed someone receiving it rather than only giving it. So the benefits, I know that that's what everybody's kind of really going for, is how does this benefit me doing it this way versus just my list of things that I'm grateful for. So the things that Dr. Huberman had highlighted in the podcast are that it improves our subjective well-being. So subjectively, we'll feel better within ourselves. You'll have more joy and more awe and overall happiness as you do a consistent gratitude practice. It shows that there's an enhancement of resilience to trauma. It helps people reframe prior traumatic experiences and may buffer against future trauma by altering fear or defensive circuits. It strengthens social relationships, not just the one toward whom you're grateful, but for others as well. And it also improves physical and physiological health. It reduces inflammatory markers. In some studies, it creates a better brain-heart coupling and improved connectivity neural networks tied to well-being. It shifts neural networks, and so it activates this pro-social, or it shifts neural circuits, activating circuits that are motivational and connection-oriented rather than defensive or fear circuits. So one of the things that Dr. Huberman had mentioned as a benefit for a gratitude practice is the brain-heart coupling. And so how that works is when you're calm, grateful, and focused, your heart rhythms become smooth and rhythmic. And these rhythmic signals travel up the vagus nerve to the brainstem and influence the regions like the prefrontal cortex, the amygdala, and anterior cingulate cortex. The result, ultimately, is what we want to know, is clear thinking, better emotional regulation, and reduced anxiety. So this brain-heart coupling describes the synchrony between the heart's electrical rhythms and the brain's neural patterns. So when they're in harmony, you feel centered, calm, and present. So the benefits for this are improved emotional regulation, you recover faster from stressors, enhanced focus and cognitive function, lower blood pressure and inflammation, stronger resilience, and deeper sense of peace, connection, and purpose. So I love that Dr. Huberman has given us a scientific framework of how to practice gratitude. But I also want to incorporate God into that, because I believe that we are mind, body, and spirit. So I don't want to focus on the things that only benefit the body when I can also include the spirit in there and cover that as well. I want to make sure that I've included the spirit because that's part of what I'm comprised of. So I don't want to only focus on one and neglect the other when combining the two can give me even greater benefit. So I'd like to provide an outline of how I'm grateful for the things that God has done. So how was I before I really had God enter my life? What did God do? And then how was I after? And just the peace and the joy that He has provided time and time again. So that's something I'm eternally grateful for. And so when I enter my gratitude practice, I just want to bullet point those things so that I can recall the emotions that are tied to that and really think about the gratitude that I feel. But I also want to make sure that I'm doing this for others so that I can draw on more stories, not just between God and I, but the things that I've done for other people. And so a couple of stories that have come to mind that I'd like to share as examples that maybe you can look in areas where you might not think, oh, I can't do anything here, or maybe you don't think that you'd be able to have any effect in your day-to-day life and you have to really make a point of it. I think you just need to make a point of being open and allowing experiences around you, being open to the things that are going on around you for you to have an impact in the world of somebody else. And so one story, I was at work and one of the co-workers, she was assigned to a different area, and so with that responsibility she had some things that she had to do, and in my area my caseload was a bit lighter, and so as I was passing by her area I could see that she was struggling, and so I saw something that I knew was on the task list of those who worked in that or who were assigned in that area, because it did rotate around, and so I saw something was getting backed up, and so I just came, I took care of it, and I didn't even think anything more than that. I was just seeing a need and meeting it. But I didn't realize just how impactful that was to her, because she came to me later just letting me know that she was feeling overwhelmed with the load that she had, and this is the last thing that she wanted to deal with because of everything else that was going on. So she really appreciated that I stepped in without her asking. I took care of it, and that was that. I didn't make a big deal out of it, but it stuck with me just how grateful she was for my act of kindness. So being mindful of opportunities at work, how can you help out a coworker that might have a great deal of impact, because you don't know what kinds of things they're bringing from home to the workplace, even though you try to check that at the door, still bring it in with you. So you never know how you might be able to positively affect a coworker. Another example was that I was at a checkout and I was waiting in line for the customer ahead of me to be rung out with their items, and I overheard a bit of the conversation between the cashier and this customer as I was standing waiting, and as you do, scroll on your phone, and so I wasn't quite present in the moment in my area, but I did happen to overhear that the cashier had mentioned that she had forgotten to bring her water bottle to work that day, and so she was kind of upset that she didn't have free access to her water. So while I was still waiting in line, I was able to reach over to the little fridge that's by the checkout and grab a water bottle. And so after she rung me up, I handed it to her and said, "Hey, I overheard you say that you forgot your water bottle, so here you go." And she just almost it almost brought her to tears. I didn't think I would have that much of a reaction for such a simple thing of providing a water bottle, but that really impacted her. And so there's another area of opportunity when you're out and about during your day, wherever you're going, but you just have to be present in the moment to see, because you might miss those opportunities if you're focused on your phone. Or I know I get in my headspace where I'm thinking about all the things that I need to do, and so it's hard for me to be present in the environment that I'm in when I have other things on my mind, so I'm not actually there. But I want to encourage everybody to be open and present, and watch out for other areas, because honestly it gives you the benefit. When you do good, good will come back to you, and in physically beneficial ways. Isn't that just like our Heavenly Father, that it is better to give than it is to receive? Because in our giving, we are actually receiving. And if we can recall those memories and incorporate that into our gratitude practice, we are exponentially receiving in return, not only the initial feeling of the good that we did, but the physical benefits that we can get. If we recall those in mind, we can have the physical benefits of that as well. So I think let's double down, and let's be good to others and good to ourselves, and reflect on that. Not in a haughty or conceited kind of way, but just grateful all around for the good that we get to do, and the impact that we get to make. And if it benefits in our bodies, then I think then it's just an extra motivation for for me to do it more. So I just wanted to encourage everybody else, if they hadn't heard, that this is how science says that we should practice our gratitude, and it's just something that we should do. Andrew Huberman had recommended just 1 to 3 minutes 3 times a week, so it doesn't take long. You can do it in your car as you're in your commute, if you have one as long as mine is, or even not, 1 minute, then is probably sometimes the walk to the car. So just quickly doing it then too, it just will make the world of difference, I think. I want to encourage everybody. I'd love to hear any examples that you have, any stories that you're willing to share, so then we can all have ideas of how we can bless others and in return be blessed. So I can't wait to hear all the stories that are going to come through from this, and if this is something that has helped you, or you feel like somebody else could be encouraged to go out and do good, and you want to share this video with them, then I think that'd be great. If you want to go and check Dr. Huberman, I think he's a great resource for a lot of different things, so you can do that as well. And so that's it for now. So I'll see you next time. Bye.